Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to try Autotune on the Sport Glide, and I'm really excited to get started with this. I can't wait. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Now, to tell you what I've been doing since I put on the FP3 is I've been running, what Vance Hines told me to do was run the Pro Pipe exhaust setup with the high flow air cleaner. And that's what we've been doing for the last, 3 or 4 months, and the bikes run really well, but I really want to try this auto-tune feature to see if we can really get this bike dialed in, because from what I heard, I think the bike might still be running a little bit rich on this configuration. But we're going to go ahead and get started, get on the road, do multiple types of riding, some in town, maybe some interstate and some highway. That way we can really dial in so the FP3 can learn my riding style and we can get some nice green cells for today's session. So let's go into the app. Open the app, go to Autotune. Gives you a little general warning. Now the bike is going to run like crap, I guess, at first for this. And now I know, since I'm going to hit continue, I've done this on my Sportster. I couldn't even get the bike to run at first. So I'm really curious to see how this is going to do on the Sport Glide. Like, the bike just died. I pulled back the throttle, and then when I let off the clutch, the bike just wouldn't go anywhere. So I'm going to run my base map, which is my Pro Pipe with the high flow air cleaner. Now it's going to flash real quick, and then we'll be able to get the bike started and get going here. And I tell you, this is going to be my first trip with the Kuryakin mini boards on, and just riding up here to the bowling alley. These have worked out super great so far. They're a little weird to get used to, but they look nice, and I may need to adjust the tilt a little bit up. Alright, so now please turn bike off for 30 seconds. We're going to wait 30 seconds for it to transfer the map. Now, I made sure I was kind of outside of town a little bit. I don't want to be in the middle of downtown, even though this isn't a big town. Because, like, if I sputter in the middle of the road or something and the bike dies, I just don't want to have to deal with that situation. At least out here I'm on the edge of town, by the water, or the power tower, or whatever this is out here. Okay, turn bike on. Bluetooth will reconnect. Just waiting for it to reconnect now. Okay, so we're ready to go. I'll hit done. Okay. Well, let's give this thing a start, make sure it starts. Alright, so it started up just fine, no problems there. Now, I may see some differences in how progressive the throttle is. Okay, so let's go on a ride, maybe about 40 minutes. I may be cutting in and out of some of this because I don't know if I could do a continuous 40 minutes of recording without it getting a little boring. Alright, so we're moving. That's a good sign. We're going to hit the highway. Alright, so I'm at cruising speed. Looks like it's still looking around to find any values that work. And to let you guys know also, I'm trying a new microphone setup. I've got a dead cat over the 2 pop filters I have on already. So I'm hoping this will cut down the wind some, because I noticed the wind has been pretty bad in some of my moto vlogs, especially when I'm out here amongst the cornfields, especially when they're harvested. So I'm kind of confused. It hasn't learned anything yet. I'm doing about 61, 62 cruising speed. I don't have cruise control on, and I'm not really sure why we're not learning anything yet, but I may have done something wrong. I may need to pull over and see what's going on. The bike didn't sound or feel any different when I when I turned it on. So maybe I selected a wrong map or something. Yeah, we're not seeing any values getting learned, and it should at least learn something by now. Alright, there we go. We've got some green and we got some yellow. So that's a good sign. The bike is learning. We are tuning. So it looks like we're off to the races. Now I may take a left up here to do some type of different riding style to slow down to get off one of these country roads. Because right now it's only learning up in these higher RPM ranges about right here. But we've got 3 green cells, so that's a good thing. Alright, yeah, we got some more cells populating, so that's good. Alright, so I'm just riding like I normally would if I were to ride down this road. About, you know, staying in the same RPM ranges, shift when I need to shift, doing the speed I would normally do. And so far, I mean, we've got some yellow and we got some green. Now the green's good. I think orange means it's kind of learned some of the values to the sensor. But green is what we want, but we're about half and half right now. Now guys, I'm going to be totally honest, I really don't know all of the terms and exactly how Autotune works. This is just what I'm doing as suggested by Vance and Hines, because I'm running a tab performance slip-on muffler with zombie baffle, and I have an Arlen Ness high flow air cleaner. And they told me exactly what to do for this situation. They said run the Pro pipe for a couple of tanks of fuel, and then run Autotune. And I mean, I've probably run 6 or 7 tanks of fuel since I've talked to them. But I mean, the map worked pretty well. I just had to work with the decel pop a little bit, which is a feature inside the FP3 that works out pretty well. It really minimizes the amount of decel pop I was getting, and that's just your preference, really. But I personally don't like it. Let's see how we're doing here. We're about, I can't tell if that's orange or yellow, but maybe that's orange and it's just half learned. That might be what that is. It's hard to tell with this tinted visor on. But I'm doing about 50 right now. I really need to play with my speed a little bit to really get this dialed in, because right now it's really only learning down here. I want green or orange all over this thing. High of 62 today, and it feels great right now. It's only going to be, you know, 5-6 degrees warmer. So, you know, for beginning of February has already been better than all of January. I don't know about excuse me, I don't know about you guys, but I thought January sucked. Friggin' Kobe Bryant died, Neil Peart's dead. That's not a good start to a new decade. You have big time celebrities and athletes like that passing away, man. It really bums you out. But good news is Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow this morning on February 2nd, so that means early spring. So all you guys that have been suffering like I have through the winter and not riding, hopefully that little bastard's right, and we're out riding a lot sooner than last year. I mean, last year's winter was awful. And this freaking dead cat is gonna make me gag. It looks like a little 70s afro bush. Alright, so I'm in town here in a little town called Dorchester, and this is good because I get to slow down my speeds, play with the RPM ranges and several gears, and then I'll get back out on some highway here in a bit. But the bike's running fine, you know, since we're starting with that base map of the Pro pipe. And like I said, this is only going to fine-tune things. It may not get it perfect. I think the only perfect way is to buy maybe a more expensive tuner, I don't know, or get it on a dyno. Alright, so the bike has learned several values here. We're all the way up down to here, which is pretty good. And like I said, we're going to be, ooh, that was a bump. We're going to be hitting some some interstate probably in this ride. So we're going to learn a whole bunch on this auto-tune session. Yeah, so we've learned a little less than half. We're all learned on green, and still quite a few oranges, but we'll learn those as we keep riding and we hit these higher RPM ranges and you know, in each of the gears. Now, I think I've heard is you need to run at least a full tank of gas with your tune before you flash the map to it. Right now, we're just going to apply values, probably. And I'm going to do several of these sessions, probably, through a tank of gas, or maybe two. I really like to dial it in and see what kind of miles per gallon we're getting, and if we could get everything dialed in just like it needs to be. Woo! Oh man, I tell you what, the bike shifts so well after that clutch adjustment and the new oil we put in, you know, the new transmission oil. It's just like butter now. And you know, since I put the new shifter peg on and the shifter lever, as well as the Kuriokin mini boards, man, this thing is looking just about how I've been wanting it to look since I bought it. I mean, I'm pretty much almost done customizing the bike. Whoa, dude. You don't just stop like that. That could have been bad. Alright, so we're learning some more green and there's some more orange. So this is actually turning out to be a pretty good first session, I would say. But I tell you what too, a lot of the creeks are high, especially after all this snow and ice we've gotten. It's, you know, it's melting because the sun's out and it's nice out. But man, I know like a year or two ago, the creeks were low. Things were dry and rain wasn't very plentiful. If you guys have noticed, I'm riding with some new gear today. I've got the first manufacturing company Rook vest with the hoodie. And I tell you what, man, the quality of this piece of gear is very, very nice, especially the vest. It's very, very heavy duty denim and it feels great. It looks great. The buttons are high quality. The snaps are good. It's got concealed carry pockets. There, you know, there's pockets for your hands in front. If you guys want to check them out, I'll put a link in the description below to this actual excuse me, item I got on, and also to their website. God, I miss riding. You don't really know how much you actually appreciate riding and how much fun you have with it until you're away from it for so long. Oh God, man, that was a skunk in the road. Jesus! It's like its asshole was pointing at me and I just got sprayed, even though it was dead. Went right in my mouth. Alright, you guys, I'm going to let you go for a bit, enjoy a little bit of scenic ride, and well, if you find it scenic, I know Illinois can be a little boring for some of you to watch. Okay, you guys, well, I'm going to let the bike do its thing for a little while. We're going to jump on the interstate in a little bit, and until then, just enjoy a little ride footage with some music, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, so I stopped here at Solby Service Station here in Mount Olive, Illinois. You've probably seen this place numerous times in my videos. Well, I just want to let you know and show you the progress. And if you look here, check it out. We got a lot of green and a lot of orange learned values in a good range. That's a good cluster right there. But I thought I'd go ahead and stop here, maybe take a few photos in today's video. And then in the next video, we're going to hop on the interstate. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see what we learned from that session. I'm going to hit apply values. So it says apply, program the learned values to continue auto tuning. So I'm going to apply. Okay, so I need to turn the engine off because it says engine is running unable to flash. So I'm going to hit continue since I turned the engine off. And it should be applying the values that we've learned here. And we're just going to keep on auto tuning. But I'm going to get off the bike, guys, take a couple photos, and then we're going to continue this session with a little more highway on Route 66 and on some interstate. So you guys take it sleazy, and we'll see you in the next video.